afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who are waiting for the start of the game. The first semi-final of this tournament of World Flying Disc Federation World Wheelchair Ultimate Championships 2025. From Druskininkai, Lithuania, I'm Dmitry Doroshenko, excited to bring you this game. And good to see you in the chats making some comments that there is a guy already in our t-shirt, supporters from Germany. And yes, Stefan Meiners is helping Team Germany with some strategy and with some wise words and wise help. Lovely to see all the support. I'm sure we also have some support for Lithuanian squad in the halls. Some of the players are staying over and watching the semifinals and finals action from Lietuvos Sporto Centras. The game is about 4 minutes away, and we will be back with you with all the action while coaches and players are warming up in the halls. Stay tuned. It is the first semifinal of the day. The winner of the semifinal will meet the winner of the other semifinal of Japan and Italy. The loser, of course, and the winners will play for the gold medal. The loser of that semifinal will go to play the loser of the other semifinal for the third place match. Germany now wearing their red for the first time today, so semifinals day. New uniforms, and yeah, lovely to see them shining. I asked their coaches what is the game plan, and they were like, mostly have fun, but also they've had some help, of course, from Stefan Meiners, as I've mentioned, some ideas on how to maybe start a little bit more prepared, and some help from Japanese players on how to find the space in the cuts. Lovely to see the camaraderie between the players. I've asked the coach of the Lithuanian squad, how is it feeling, how is it going? And they were like, let's go, we will see. So they are feeling ready and they are feeling prepared for this game. Some previous results for you. Lithuania and Germany, of course, have met twice already. In this tournament. The first time was on Thursday, so on the first day of the tournament, the result was 10-6. Second time was yesterday, similar result, 10-5, went to Lithuania. So Lithuanians are the favorite for this particular match, but Germany also maybe starting their tournament not in the strongest shape, but also taking the win yesterday against Team Italy. So maybe good omens for the third place finals in case they go there. However, if they get through Lithuanian squad, of course, they will be guaranteed medals. Lithuania now, I think all they want is the gold, and the game starts. Lithuania starting on defense this match. We see the 4 for Germany taking on the field. Rashid cutting hard even before the disc was checked in by Tamam. And no, unfortunately, the first pass is incomplete, and Schwarz with unfortunate drop next to their own end zone. They will have to defend hard. Virkutis picks up the disc for Lithuania, goes to the attacking end zone line, and one pass, one score for Lithuania. Virkutis to Skučas. To Vytautas Skučas for Lithuania for 1-0, one pass and a drop, and then one pass and a score. Different story of this point for two teams. A bit unfortunate for Germany to start. Germany, second pull, received. Tamam looking for Schwarz. Reset is available, taken. Schwarz with the disc. And Schwarz with a high disc to Rashid. Rashid turns around, resets to Schwarz immediately. A bit of a give and go for, oh, looks like there's going to be a bit of a foul called. No, no foul, but Tamam was hit slightly on the hands, and yeah, another goal. This time Skučas to Virkutis into the end zone, and looks like, yeah, there was a bit of a contact there. Ooh, on Tamam, not calling a foul and playing through the contact. And yeah, sadly for Germany, another point goes in favor of Lithuania, 2-0 so far in this game. Tamam goes with a long shot. Apologies to Rashid. Another turnover. This time Tukanas is picking up the disc, goes to Vytautas Skučas. Skučas looking at Virkutis, goes over the top, turns. Looking into the end zone. No, Bučinskas for now resets. Skučas available in the end zone. Turns around. And that shot is taken. Adjustment by Skučas for the catch. And Lithuania, blistering start, 3-0. All the teams yesterday had a bit of a get-together. Lots of socializing, and yeah, was very nice time for everyone. Of course, this event is one of the few opportunities for all the athletes to come together, to exchange the stories, and to share experiences. And it was lovely to see Germany and Japan, despite the language barrier, still having a great conversation and managing to get some messages across. German squad, majority of them are coming from a small town near Frankfurt, and all of them started playing sports, and specifically ultimate, thanks to their coach, Tanja Gebert. She was a co-commentator with me in one of the yesterday's matches. Most of them are students, and yeah, found that sport and enjoying it very much. Came with a bronze medal 2 years ago in Italy from the World Wheelchair Ultimate Championships 2023. And this time, the majority of this squad is yeah, repeating their journey, this time to Lithuania for another edition, second edition of that championships. and looking, of course, to bring home some medals. Tamam with the disc after a quick reset from Rashid. Tamam goes to Schwarz for a reset. Schwarz stops, makes sure that he does not drop the disc. Schwarz wants to send it in the end zone. Is that going to go? Oh, just a little too high for Rashid, but Rashid, great cut over there. Supported by Mainers on the sideline. The assistant coach of the squad only became an assistant coach yesterday. Virkutis, ooh, some contact on him. 3 cutters going in the end zone, and Vytautas Kučas, another point for him, another stat. I think he was either behind or in front, one of the points almost every point of this game. So 4-0 for Lithuania, knocking on the door of the first half of this match. Germany still finding their feet, but working well, and that particular shot from Schwarz looked really good. But unfortunately was just a little bit high for the receiver, Tunçay Rashid. And Schwarz's sporting hero is Semih Tamam on his own team, and I'm sure that his family, his church and his Royal Ranger group are all watching as he picks up the disc and starts the offense of Germany. Reset to Rashid. Tunçay Rashid goes back to Schwarz. Schwarz turns around. Goes with a hammer over the top, and Kois defends it, but falls over in the process, being helped by his teammates and the coach. Not the most comfortable thing, of course, to fall over, but looks like some parts as well of the wheelchair have been lost in the process. But Kois will get the defense, and Bush will check the disc in, and Rashid intercepts. Looks like 2 players are discussing who had the contact first. Rashid is not contesting. Many of the Lithuanian players are coming from basketball, and in basketball, of course, who manages to get the ball out of the hands will get the possession. In ultimates, it's a little bit different. If the catch is simultaneous, then it goes to the offense. However, if Rashid would claim that he had the hand on the disc first, it would actually need to go to the defense, as you can't really gain possession of the disc that was already possessed by the defense. But looks like that was not the case, and Rashid recognized that the catch was most likely simultaneous. Let's go of it, and Lithuania with another pass and another score in the end zone, 5-0. Hot start for Lithuania. Germany still looking for answers, still looking for their first point. We'll take a bit of a break in the commentary booth, and we will be back with you in just a couple minutes. And lovely to see all of your support in the chat. Keep it coming. And the second half is upon us. After a quick cheer of Lithuania and the Eagles cheer from Germany, Germany will be starting the second half on the defense. Rashid, Tamam, Bush and Schwarz, once again, the 4 players for Germany leading this defense. Tamam. Good pull, fielded by Bučinskas. Bučinskas. Looks like also the same 4 for Lithuania. Virkutis goes over the top to Skučas. Skučas stops in his track, goes to Virkutis. Virkutis over the top to Bučinskas, and that is 6-0 for Lithuania. You can hear, of course, lots of support from the fans in the stands. Many of them are staying after the Lithuanian National Grass Championships of Ultimate that was played at the same venue. And some of them are staying, of course, to support their compatriots playing wheelchair ultimates in the halls of Druskininkai. Tamam receives the pull. I found out yesterday that he's the captain of the German squad. Schwarz gets the reset. Tamam available for reset. Rashid cutting in. That shot is taken. Rashid, ooh, fingertips on that disc. Resets to Schwarz. Schwarz looking at Bush. Bush was available for a pass. Rashid looks like is not in the correct space over there, but now Tamam with the disc. Tamam really likes to send it deep, but no, not a pick. Schwarz and Rashid moving in the end zone, looking for some space, trying to get open after some tips from the Japanese on how to gain space in the end zone, and that disc goes up and it is too high for everyone, the defense and also the offense of Dunchai Rashid. Quick couple passes in quick succession for Lithuania. Now Virkutis getting close to the end zone, goes over the top to Bučinskas, and Bučinskas with a one-handed snag in the end zone. 7-0 for Lithuania. Germany still looking for their first pass. Maybe a bit of a slightly lower energy, needing to get some energy back, and it's like also a few blisters as well, as it is, of course, not easy to handle the wheelchair for 4 days in a row. Quite a lot of games as well for all of the teams. I think it is the 8th game for this squad, and some technical adjustments are happening for Semi Tamam. Hence a slight delay in the pull. Oh yeah, it looks like there is a change in personnel for Team Germany, as Semi Tamam needs to have some of the adjustments for the wheelchair mate. Semi Tamam, of course, the captain of the squad, interested in almost all kinds of sports and loves being active, and supported, of course, by classmates, teammates, family, and friends. Schwarz wants to go in the end zone for Bush. Simon Bush, no, just off the hand, but maybe a bit of a contact. But no, not calling anything over there, and so unfortunate. Such a good shot as well by Schwarz into the end zone. Virkutis holding on to possession. Looking at Skučas, Rashid almost got the hand on that disc, underhand throw to Bučinskas. Bučinskas looking at the end zone. No, goes over the top to Virkutis once again. And Virkutis to Skučas. And Skučas almost jumping out of his wheelchair with that catch. And that is 8-0. And a timeout called by Team Germany. Looking for some answers. Looking for their first few points. Wouldn't be surprised if the team is feeling a little bit down. Of course, they would be hoping for a slightly better result, especially after yesterday, where they got 10-5, first day 10-6, and this time, so far, still looking for their first point, still looking for their groove, and hopefully both coaches, Tanya and Stefan, will be able to help and give some words of encouragement. Very young squad as well, Team Germany. The oldest player on that squad is only 20 years old. Of course, a very different story for Team Lithuania. They are experienced athletes playing wheelchair basketball, many of them. Just like some of the German players, actually. Simon Busch also loves playing wheelchair basketball. Many of them are interested in almost all kinds of sport. And yeah, we also have Emilio Zavato, playing some cyber sports as well. Absolute champion of the squad playing Mario Kart. But here, not a cyber sport, but wheelchair ultimate rather. And Schwarz asking for cutters to go into the end zone. Rashid available for reset, but no space over there and needing to go quick. But no, finally, after very high stall count, Schwarz going in the end zone. Busch just not able and turns around, was maybe reacted a little bit too late on that particular throw. And unfortunately, another turnover for Germany. No, not a turnover. Looks like a foul has been called on the throw. Some contact has been initiated from Tukanas on Schwarz. Schwarz will retain possession for Germany. Schwarz finds Rashid. Rashid reset to Schwarz through a little bit of contact from Tukanas. Schwarz looking at the end zone, now sends it. Will Simon Busch be able to? Yes, that is in. Needed to recatch that particular disc, but does so successfully and stays inbounds for the first score for Germany. Supported from the stand, and yeah, nice shot there from Schwarz, and great grab by Busch in the end zone. Busch, of course, very nice in the end zone, and yes, has some great reaction times, and so nice to see the smiles on the faces of the German players after that, scoring the first point in this tournament. Good pull, great pull. Tukanas barely manages to hold on to it, but then drops it. It is not a turnover. Oof, Rashid almost comes down with the defense. Good defense there. And the 9th point goes to Vytautas Skučas. Two Skučas brothers on that squad. Number 8, Kęstutis Skučas, and number 9, Vytautas Skučas. The two brothers, and this time Vytautas Skučas with the score in the end zone. Gets high fives from the bench, and goes and gets some rest, being replaced by Bučinskas. Bučinskas, Tukanas, Virkutis, and Koyis for the possibly the last point of this semi-final. And Rashid, Schwarz, Busch, and Picariello for Germany. Rashid goes to Schwarz. Schwarz looking deep. Picariello gets free. No, Rashid even more free. So a good reset and a good decision. Picariello gets the disc, stops, goes back to Rashid. Bush looking for some space in the end zone. Looking at the handlers. Picariello and Rashid working in small spaces, and oh, that was a hand block, looks like, but an errant pass from Tukanas to Bučinskas. Bučinskas was not able to handle that particular disc. Schwarz looking at the end zone, no, goes over the top to Picariello. Picariello over the top to Rashid. Some contact between the defenders. Picariello with the disc, needing to stop. There we go. Goes over the top to Schwarz, reset. Bush creating some space, turns around, finding some space, but the thrower was not ready for him. Rashid. Back to Schwarz, looking for some space. Too high, unfortunately, for Simon Bush. Simon Bush doing absolutely amazing work in the end zone, working during the whole point, but unfortunately, then a turnover has been generated, and Tukanas with possibly winning possession for Team Lithuania. They did throw the previous disc away. Lithuanians are supported from the stand. Tukanas goes to Virkutis. Looks like Rashid is getting excited and trying to get everything he can for the defense, but that does not work. And Lithuania, I think they only had one turnover in the whole game. And yeah, they only got one offense, of course, clean offense, and the rest of the points were clean breaks, except for the very last point. 10-1 is the result for the first semifinals of Lithuania against Germany. I was wrong yesterday, actually, saying that Italy won the pool. Japan won the pool due to the point difference, but it was actually Lithuania, because in their tie-break, Lithuania won against Japan twice. Hence, Lithuania, despite the point difference, is taking the first spot in the first seeding. And yeah, as you see, they are proving how strong they are. Germany is the fourth seed. Germany will try to play for bronze, excuse me, against the losers of Japan and Italy match. Lithuania will play the winners of that match. Stay tuned, stay with us. We will be back with you in about 35 minutes with the second semifinals, and it's going to be exciting. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy Ultimate.